I will be demonstrating to you Newton's first law of motion and Newton's third law of motion. Newton's first law states that objects at rest tend to stay at rest unless acted upon by an outside force. Also, objects in motion tend to stay in motion unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. Okay, I have this green plastic chain here, and I'm going to set it on this piece of paper. And I'm going to try to yank the paper out from underneath the chain without moving it whatsoever. Okay, watch. You see that? The chain stayed exactly where it was. That's because the chain was at rest. And I moved the paper. And the paper just slid easily out from underneath the chain. Okay. Objects in motion tend to stay in motion unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. Like the skateboard. It would stay in motion forever on a flat surface if there was no friction or anything in its way. However, this wood floor here has friction, and that wall is an object in the path of the skateboard. Those are both outside forces that will interfere with the skateboard's path of motion. Watch. Notice how the skateboard slowed down. That is because it was acted upon by the force of friction, sliding friction. Okay, now I will show you Newton's third law of motion. That is, for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. For example, if I push into this wall, the wall is actually pushing on me with the same amount of force, even though that may sound weird. Okay, if I push on the wall's not going to move me, however, because my feet are firmly planted on the ground, and the amount of friction equals the amount of force. However, if I stand on the skateboard, there is less friction, and the net force outweighs the friction. So, if I push on this wall, you will be able to see how the wall pushes on me too. Watch. Newton's third law of motion is how people are able to push off of objects, and how they are able to basically do anything, like riding a bike and walking, because when you're walking, you're moving your feet and you're pushing into the ground, while the ground is propelling you forward at the same time, and you are pushing the earth backwards. Okay, that's all for today. Goodbye.